buy something, you don't need 200 pounds to do this. You don't need 100 pounds to do this. If you go to Cabo with 50 pounds, you get too much. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have 200 pounds, you have no excuse from being an entrepreneur, from being an investor. Start it today. Don't wait tomorrow. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Dominion Wealth Zone. My name is Julius Olutokun. Please do consider to like, to share, and to subscribe to my channel. And do not forget to hit the notification button so that you can get the benefit of any video that I release. Also, please do your due diligence before you do anything that I share on this channel. Everything I'm sharing, they're just for educational purposes. These are the things I've done. They've helped me and they're going to help you. Without much ado, let us crack on. My topic tonight or today is do this if you have 200 pounds in your bank account. Do this if you have 200 pounds in your bank account. And if you do it diligently, committedly, and devotedly, I can assure you, you will see the result in your life within a month. Within a month, you will see the changes. And as you build upon it, you will begin to see the increase in your life. Now, in my life, I'm in my 50s, I've always known people who can afford to spend 200 pounds every month on things that are not really relevant. I repeat myself again. I've always known people who can afford to spend 200 pounds on things that does not really benefit them in the nearest future. Now, if you have spared 200 pounds every month, do this and your life will never be the same. Now, first of all, I'm going to be telling you 3 things that you can do with your money. 3 things. Number 1, you can spend your money on things that make others wealthy. Like you go and watch football match, you buy a music, or you go to the cinema. You're spending your money on things that make others wealthy. I'm not saying those things are not essential. They're important, but they are not the most important. Number 2, you can invest that money to make yourself wealthy. Remember, the first one is you spend it on things that make others wealthy. Number 2, you can invest it on things that make you wealthy. And number 3, you can keep it in your bank account. And according to my research, the bank's accounts in the UK will give you about 1% to 1.5% per annum. So if you put, say, 100 pounds in your account, you only get 1%, which is £1. And that interest, that £1 that you get in a year is taxed. So therefore, if you do these 5 things, I can assure you, consistently, continuously, in the next 1 year, you'll see the returns. In the next 10 years, you'll be financially independent. I repeat myself again. In the next 1 year, you see the return. In the next 10 years, you'll be financially independent. Number 1, the first thing you have to do is to invest in the stock market. You can start investing in the stock market with as little as £1. As little as £1 you can invest in the stock market. But if you start stock market with 200 pounds and every month you put 200 pounds every month, at the end of the year, you will get 2,400 rather. Sorry, you get 2,400 at the end of the year. So that 2,400, if you invest in premium stocks, I talk about premium stocks. I started talking about some stocks a few years ago. About 2 years ago, I told a young man, I said, buy this stock. And that was Coinbase. Coinbase then was about $60 per stock 2 years ago. You can check it. Today, Coinbase is $260 a stock, just for one. As a matter of fact, last year, it went as much as $320 a stock. And that young man called me. He said, you told me to invest in it. And although he invested in it, I think he invested about £5,000 in it, and he made some cool money. But he did not wait until it got to 320. You know, one thing about stock market investment is it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. A lot of us are going to put your money in the stock market today and you want to get your returns tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. You need to wait. You need to wait. You need to look at the market. And there's something that we call dollar cost averaging. What dollar cost averaging means is that you've got to be investing a certain amount of money into the stock market, into buying shares and bonds, either weekly or monthly. As a matter of fact, some people even go ahead and do it daily. Some people about £5 every day, or £10 every day, or £15 or £20 every day. I don't know someone who cannot afford £5 in a day. You understand? So that's number one, invest in the stock market. This second one is going to blow your mind. This second one is going to really blow your mind. And I'm going to give you another live example of someone I advised about 4 years ago and the interest they have today. This invest in a compound interest account. Now, before I leave the stock market or the compound interest, there's something you could do in order to make that money tax-free, either your stock market investment or your compound interest investment. And what you do to make it tax-free is to open an ISA account. And the ISA account, you put maximum of 20,000 into it every year. If you do that, say for the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, as long as you do it, the first thing is that money you're investing will not be taxed by the government in the UK. In the UK, it's called the ISA account. In the United States, it's called Roth IRA account. And the interest on these accounts are not taxed also. That's the beauty of it. So let's go to number two, compound interest account. I'm going to give you an example. A compound interest is one of the best investment idea of the 20th century. It's one of the best investment idea. In other words, you put your money into an account. In a year, you save about £2,400 a month. The following year, you save another £2,400. Now, your interest is being calculated on the compound amount that you have. So your interest is calculated in the first year on 2,400. On the second year, your interest is calculated on 4,800, including the interest you got in the first year. I'm going to give you an example of one that I've done today. Assuming you invest £200 every month, we're working with £200. You put £200 into a compound interest account every month. The Vanguard Life Strategy account that I mentioned, Vanguard Life Strategy 100 account, I mentioned that so much. I've got some investment in it, and everyone that I mentor, I tell them the benefit of this account and I advise them, I encourage them if they want, after doing their due diligence, to invest in that account. So if you put £200 in that account, and for the past 10 years, the average interest that account has yielded is about 13%. The average interest it has yielded. Some years it yielded about 20-something percent, 23%. Some years about 13, some about 10, some about 8. So what I've done is that I've taken one of the lowest interest rate that it yielded, and I've said you invest £200 every month, and you invest that for 20 years. I repeat myself again. You invest £200 every month and you invest that for 20 years. What you're going to get is you're going to get 48,200. That's 20 years plus the £200 you used to open the account. So after 20 years, you have £48,200. That's all your investment. That's everything you have put into the account. £200 every year plus the £200 you used to start the account. That's 48,200. The total interest you will earn after 20 years. Remember, everything you have saved is 48,200. The total interest you will earn is £106,405. I repeat myself again, £106,405. £405. If you add that to the 48,200, you have £154,605 after 20 years. Where will you get that money from? And that money is tax-free. £154,605. That's number two thing you can do if you have £200 in your account today. So instead of that £200 staying in your account and the bank giving you £1 after a year, so that's £202 after the year. This is what you can do. Number three thing you can do is you can start a service-based business. Oh, let me go back to number two. In that number two, there's somebody I advised. I explained this Vanguard Life Strategy account to and the compound interest calculation. And this year, she showed me her account. She's had about 40-something thousand pounds in the account, and the account has yielded 49% interest. So she has about 40,000 in the account, and the account has yielded 19,000 interest. Can I tell you something? Our salary for the whole year, for a year, this year is about 25,000. That's our salary. Now, in 4 years, she's almost yielded her salary, 19,000 plus, for doing nothing, just putting money away and sitting down and watching it grow. It's not rocket science. It's just being consistent, being devoted, being strategic, and continue what you're doing. Number three is service-based business. Service-based business. A few years ago, a young man walked up to me in the church, a young man about 11 years old, and he said, I could come to your property and I could help you to use pressure washer to wash the parking in your property. I thought he was joking, and I said, okay, come over. So on that day, his mom dropped him off in my property, and he used the pressure washer and he washed the entrance of the property, the garden. And the way he washed it, I was so surprised. I took a video of it and I told him, can you help me to wash the other ones, the other properties I've got? And he went around, he did that, and I recommended him to others. And for every place he washed, I think he got about 70 to 80 pounds. Now, a pressure washer will cost you less than 200 pounds. Go to Harford, go to any store in the UK, go and buy the pressure washer and tell your friends and family, look, I do this business. Can I come and help you to wash your driveway? Can I come and help you to wash probably the walls of your house? One of my mentees told me he washed the wall of his house, the external wall of his house recently. So you could do that. You could do gardening. You could go and buy a streamer and do gardening for people. I need people to do gardening for me in some of my properties. So I need someone with a streamer. I've got a streamer, but I don't have the time to do it. My staffs who are working for me are too busy. They don't have the time to do it. If I see someone walking up to me today and say, look, I can do this, I'll give you some money. And you only buy the streamer or the pressure washer once. You could do car detailing, home car service. I'll come to your house to wash your car for you. Now we wash our cars in car wash about 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 25 pounds. If I see someone coming to my house and say they're going to charge 30 pounds, I will do mine. And to do this, you only buy a few car wash materials and things that will make the car to shine or to detail. I know a place in Birmingham about 8 years ago when I used to do shipping. This guy does car detailing and he was charging 120 pounds a car. 120 pounds. That was my first time I saw somebody doing car detailing. 120 pounds a car. So you could do service-based business. It's no rocket science. You don't need any skills to do it. You just need to be meticulous. You need to be hardworking, and you can do this. Number 4, and this one I used to do it. In fact, I started my business in the UK. It's one of the first business I did to start in the UK. Reselling and flipping. Reselling and flipping. In those days, how do you do this? You go to the car boot. There's a place that's called car boot in the UK. People are going to park cars here. Cars there, take what they want to sell. Something that is sold for maybe about 200 pounds or 100 pounds, they sell it for about 1 pound or 2 pounds or 3 pounds. The most expensive things there, you're going to buy for 10 pounds. So I used to go to the car boot And I buy things that are pretty new. And I buy them at ridiculous prices, £1, £2, £3, £4. And I go to eBay and I flip them on the eBay. You know, I didn't know Facebook Marketplace then. If I knew, I would have been flipping some on Facebook Marketplace. But on eBay, you'll be able to flip them better. And there are other avenues where you can sell them. You can sell them on Amazon if they are new. You can sell them on Vinted. Vinted is very, I never knew about Vinted before until about, I think last year or the year before, 2023. That's when I knew about Vinted. So reselling and flipping. Buy something, you don't need £200 to do this. You don't need £100 to do this. If you go to Cabo with £50, you get too much. You get trainers that people have hardly worn. You get shoes, you get jewelry, you get perfume, you get different kind of things, reselling and flipping. I went a bit advanced in those days. After doing Cabo, and I started buying from Cabo, and I started buying from shops. I go to charity shop to buy. Then I started buying from China in those days. I remember I bought a shirt from China in those days. I bought that shirt for £5, including shipping, landing cost to my house. And I sold that shirt for £45. As a matter of fact, I was doing training. For others, and I was making an example. I said, look at this shirt now. I'm going to list it. And I listed the shirt, and someone bought it straight away before I finished my training, £45. Then I sent it, and the money for my shipping was not up to £3. So I made, selling that shirt, I made over £30. You understand? So reselling and flip, you don't need £200 for this. And finally, at this last one, there's a young man I encouraged to start this business. He's a young English guy. He came to my office and he just came out of uni. He was trying his hand on different things, and he came to my house. We discussed about this, and he tried this, and I'm going to tell you, this will blow your mind. Video editing business. Video editing. I don't know about it. I don't have the time to learn it. But if you're not too busy now, because I'm too busy, it's something you can learn. This guy came to my office, and I told him, I said, look, you can do this. I like the way you're recording me with and he was recording me and we're joking about it. And he recorded a video for me, and he said, Julius, I'm going to make like a cinema. And it was like, and that video is on our website today. It was like a cinema. He put all his effort into it. As a matter of fact, it got to a time, I was telling him, I said, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. He said, don't worry. I want to make like a video. I want to make it to work. 3 years after that, I used to see him off and on, but he got so busy that I don't see him again. He moved away from this city. 3 years after that, one organization were going to record a video, and they wanted me to feature in that video. And they told me, oh, there's this guy, he's so good, he's going to come to your office. We have contacted him. You will be surprised with this. They paid this guy £10,000 to do this video. I know he's going to record me. He's going to record in about 4 other sites too and make it together. And the way they talk about him, I was looking for someone that probably worked in BBC before, or has worked with Sky News, or has worked with a big organization. And this guy, they told me at the reception, this person wants to see you. They mentioned his name. And I couldn't imagine it was him. And I said, oh, ask him to come upstairs. So he came to my office. He opened the door. I was gobsmacked. I said, why are you in here? He said, I've come to record you. I said, are you the one that they contact? He said, yeah. You are the one? He said, yes. I said, my God. The first question I asked him is, I said, you've gone. You've gone. I was surprised. He charged £10,000 for that video. And I said, tell me, what's happened to you for the past 3 years? He said, and I remember his word. He said, you started this. He said, you made me who I am today. He said, without that first video, I would not be where I am today. And today he records everywhere. He's been to London to record. He's been abroad to record. He showed me he's been to Poland to record. I doubt if he would have been in Ukraine to record. I've not seen him since for the past 3 years now, or about 2 years. You know what I'm saying? He's been everywhere to record. He's been engaged now by the local authorities, by video editing business. Can I tell you something? He started with his mobile phone. He had no camera. But today he has cameras that are in thousands of pounds. So if you do these 5 things, ladies and gentlemen, I can assure you, in the next 1 year, you see the return. In the next 10 years, you'll be financially stable. Like that guy that does the video editing business. I used to do flipping and reselling. Try all these. There's none of these that I don't do. The only one I would say I don't do is the service-based business, like a gardening, pressure washer, and carding. And I've done something like that before. Initially, in 2007, 2008, I used to go to people's houses to help them to set up their computers. So I've done all these 5 things. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have 200 pounds, you have no excuse from being an entrepreneur, from being an investor. Start it today. Don't wait tomorrow. Please put your comments in the comments below. And if you do need any a question, you can put it there and I'll try to reply you. Don't forget, please subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification button. See you in the next episode. Thank you.